What's up, guys? It is your girl Jalissa, also known as Truly Heaven. And let me tell you, it's the tea. It's what I would call an extinction burst. I'm not fully recovered, but I'm in the journey of recovery. My symptoms changed. My symptoms have changed. We get our symptoms and we have them for a while, and then we get used to them, and the fear goes from here to here, and then it's like whatever. What I've noticed in these past 22 months is that once you get used to your symptoms and you feel like you losing the fear, you're getting better, your brain goes, well, since you're not scared of that anymore, let me give you new ones. So I got new symptoms in the past 2 weeks. And what I do when I get symptoms is I see where I'm at. I freak out. Let's be serious. Anytime we get new symptoms, we freak out. We be like, oh my God. And the intrusive thoughts, what if something is wrong? What if this? What if that? I went through that whole shebang. And I didn't go to the hospital. I did not go to the hospital. That's the one thing I fought myself on over and over again. For me, when you go to the hospital, telling your brain gave you the symptom, you start to question it, like, what is this? You have the initial freak out. If you go to the hospital, it's like giving your brain confirmation that yes, something is wrong. Something is totally wrong. I tried my best to avoid that because I'm not trying to give confirmation to my brain that it's right when I know it's just making an incorrect prediction. You know? So 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm like, Dag, what is this? What's going on? What if it's something this time? What we do, that's our loop cycle. And every day that I felt what I felt, I get hemostatic migraines as well, which it mimics stroke. So I'm like telling myself, dude, you've been going through this. Usually what I would get, it's like a burn in my arm. And this time it was like a burn all over my arm. And my fingers feeling like they're going numb. Just so many things. I didn't even put up a video because I was going to do a video weekly, which I'm still going to do. But the new symptoms really caught me. Like they really got me. This happens every time that you get new symptoms. You initially freak out because it's new. It's just like when you get a panic attack. You're like in the beginning, like, oh my God, with the heavy breathing and the figuring it out in your head, like, what is going on? And for a spurt of time, everybody has an initial freak out. You get scared until you compose yourself. I call it the second fear. My therapist taught me something about, imagine yourself in a forest and you get hit by an arrow. If you in a forest, you get hit by an arrow, initially you're going to freak out. It's the first time you're feeling this wound. You're bugging out. You don't know what to do. You're looking at your area. It's just so much going on. You do whatever with the arrow. You keep going because you know you got to get out of there. But that second arrow comes and it's like you already know what to expect. You already know what you're going to feel. It's an arrow. You're going to take it out and you're going to keep going. You have no choice but to survive. It's just like this. Every time you get a new symptom, it's like being hit with a first arrow. And it's like, oh my God, what is this? What do I do? I even stood home for a couple of days. I gave myself time to consume myself in that fear and show myself that there's nothing wrong. And every day I woke up like nothing. It will come on again. My fear is what keeps it. My fear is what kept it going. This is what I'm talking about. Like, you get these new symptoms, freak out. You don't know what to do. When what you should do is actually surrender to it. Ask for more. After the fourth or fifth day, I was so tired of that. I was just like, if you're gonna Not to trigger anyone, but that's just the way I am when I get upset. Like, if you're gonna kill me, kill me. Ugh, do what you gotta do already. Whatever. I'm so tired. I'm so done. And then I go to sleep, wake up, still here. If you look back at it, my journey has been 22 months. 22 months. That's almost 2 years. Still here. That's what we have to like be firm on. Like, be firm in your recovery no matter what happens. Cause I've never heard of anyone recovered saying that it's a straight line. I've never heard of that. Everybody that I've seen that recovered fully, it was up and down. Even right before their recovery, their full recovery, they would have like symptoms come up again. Because it's like your brain testing you, like, let's see if this is really real. Well, one thing I do want to say is that if you are not ready to recover, and that sounds weird as hell, but you know, subconsciously we do things and we don't realize it. If you're not ready to recover, it's not going to happen. If you don't believe that you can recover, it's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. There's no way. You have to be firm in your belief that you are going to recover. You have to know within yourself that you are going to get better. For as long as you've been going through this, think to yourself, all the symptoms that you've had, the time span that you've had them, the fact that you're still here, that's your evidence. I really had a hard time recording this video because it's like, I don't want to look like a contradiction. But at the same time, the reason I started this channel was so people could see what people really go through, right? And what we go through is ups and downs, so here you go. I was not okay for almost 2 weeks. I was questioning myself. I had such a fear that I'm like, let me go to the hospital just to make sure everything is okay. And I still did not go. I refused to go. There are things that we have to deal with. I know it's bad. I know it's the worst. But the only thing that's going to get us through is pushing forward and giving in to the fear. Because I start getting better once I be like in my head, okay, it's happened. It's been here for a while. It's fine. We're going to do what we're going to do. Like, we're going to get through it. We challenge it. We accept it. After the fear, you have to be confident in the fact like this is nothing. We feel the fear, but don't fight the fear. Like, challenge it. Be like, well, give me more. How hard can you go? Let's see what you can do. Once you get to that point, you start really seeing progress. It has to be genuine, because you can't lie to yourself and expect your brain to be like, it's your brain. Your brain knows. Your brain knows subconsciously things that you don't know, or is not present in your head for you. To me, it's like going to the gym. Go to the gym, you're weak. You're weak. You're like, ugh. But then you start lifting the weight. You know, you start getting stronger. You every time you go, you get a little stronger. You build that momentum. You get your rest in. You go back. You do it again. You do it again. You stop. You go back. You do it again. And you keep doing this until that weight feels like nothing. It's like a mental gym for us. Like, we're in the gym of fear. We have to put our fear levels down. And if anything else gets thrown at us, get your initial shock and then get through it. Get through it. Suck it up. Suck it up. We already know what we're going through. Things are going to happen. With my visual symptoms, 1 minute I see clearly, 1 minute everything is fine, the next minute everything is blurry, I'm seeing lights around my eyes, I'm seeing floaters. The floaters never go away. Like, I could see the floaters in my eyes right now. But one thing I do know is that when I fully recover, they're gonna dissolve and they're gonna go down, and everything is gonna be good. It's the motivation, it's the want. One thing that I heard someone say, I don't remember who it was, but some people subconsciously keep themselves in this loop. If you have a support system, think about it. It's just an example. If you have a support system and you see that everyone is nicer and kinder to you, right? You might keep yourself there because people are nicer and kinder to you. My support system has been rough. So it's like, I know that would not be my reason, but it can be a reason. You have to think of what is keeping you stuck in your recovery. What is keeping you from moving forward? Is it your fear? It could be the fear too. Some people get these fear feelings and they never move. It's just like always scared. But it's, you got to think about it like that second arrow. Like the second hit, the third hit, the fourth hit, you already been hit so many times. You know what I'm saying? Like people who I hear have been in this for many years, it saddens me for them because it's like, what's not clicking? Yeah, yeah, some strong people to be able to go through this 5+ years and still be here. That makes you strong AF. You like, wow. I can't imagine going through this for 5 years. I can't imagine that I went through this for the 22 months that I've gone through this. You understand what I'm saying? Like, be compassionate to yourself. This is wow. If you've been through this for a really long time, if you've been through this for years, change your narrative. Change the narrative. Start telling yourself, you know what? I've gone through this for this amount of time. I'm like, that's the biggest thing for me. I'm still here. That's the miracle. You understand what I'm saying? I'm still here. Think about everything you've ever been through, every symptom you've ever had, and just like, wow, I got through that. Start changing the narrative, and it's like, you know what? When that happens, who cares? If you have to show it some fear, then hey, show it some fear. But get to a point where you're like, okay, there is no fear no more. This has happened. Talk to yourself. Be like, this has happened many times. Who cares at this point? You want to give me those symptoms? If I'm going to the supermarket, the symptoms are coming with me. If I'm going to the gym, the symptoms are coming with me. Invite it along. Challenge it. Be like, give me all you got. Give me all you got. I'm ready. Challenge it. And then whatever it gives you, keep in mind that whatever it gives you, because it is going to give you some stuff. It's going to give you some stuff and it's going to be scary. But understand that one, you asked for that. Two, that's probably the worst it can get. And then you get to feel what it really is. And once you feel what it really is, your fear level will go down. That's one thing I've noticed. These 2 weeks, I never had like complete numbness in my feet. I had complete numbness in my feet. Like both of them, not one side, both. And this tingling like pins and needles under my feet. And these, when they take a what they call that? A fucking what they call that? A taser. When they take a taser and they zap you with it, I feel that. I feel zaps in my stomach. I feel zaps in between my legs. I felt the zap in that area. Like, wow. It was crazy. I feel it in my upper back. I feel zaps. I was feeling it in my arm and I'm like, what is this? Like, it's like you chilling, you doing nothing, and all of a sudden, listen, it's all kinds of stuff. But that's what I was having. The zaps for some reason didn't scare me. What scared me was feeling like my legs were bubbling. Like, what is that? The up and down, like tingling, bubbling feeling. And then during that time, it was like the third day, and I'm like, you know what? This feels like an inside massage. Making it a joke. Like, I have a built-in massager in my legs. Cool. I'm not gonna Google, because Google, as soon as you put any leg symptom, they're gonna, stroke, heart attack. No. We are not the same. Understand? When I say we are not the same, is the fact that we've been going through this for a long time. If you are gonna have a heart attack or a stroke and you have your symptoms, it's gonna happen then and there. You do not get symptoms of a heart attack for 50 years straight. You understand what I'm saying? Let's keep in mind, even if that was a sign that you gonna get a heart attack or a stroke and it's been like 10 years, you just wasted 10 years being scared. Like, if that was the rest of your life, you spent it being scared when you could have just overcame and had your time happily. Why catastrophize all the time? Why catastrophize? That's how I see it. Like, if God forbid something really is gonna happen to me, I don't want these past 22 months to be like just being scared all the time. I'm down for whatever. If it's gonna do it, it's gonna do it. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. Whatever news right now, my right foot feels hot. You understand? I'm getting heat and I feel like I have a band around my head. Who cares? You're doing the video with me. Come with me. Go as hard as you can. Do your thing. That's what you gotta do. And whatever else you feel, you deal with that internally. Like, once you build up that strength in your fear strength, I don't think that there's nothing that will stop your recovery. And once you get to your recovery, you have to understand, when you get out of this, you're gonna be so strong, because we deal with so much. Like, in our community, we teach each other that no one's special, right? It's always, oh, but I get this symptom and I never seen nobody with this. I get this symptom and I never seen nobody go through this. We tell each other we're not special in the sense that no matter what symptoms you have, you're gonna get out of it. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we mean by we're not special. Every symptom, everything that you have, if you've been cleared by your doctor and you've been cleared by a therapist and a psychiatrist, you're gonna recover. You seen your neurologist, you done your MRIs, you did your due diligence on your own health, and everything is fine. You're gonna recover. You're gonna recover. It's inevitable. But it's something that you have to believe. It's something that you have to know within yourself, and you have to build that strength in it. Like, it has to be that mental gym, like muscle in your head. That's fear. Turn it into, convert it into to bravery and courage and confirmation that you know you're gonna recover. It's all it can be. Your recovery. And then when you get out of this, that's where I mean you are special. Because when you recover from this, the people that I see that have recovered from this are like way stronger than they ever were. And it's like miraculous to see. It's like, wow, how cool are you? Like, we're like superhuman. You become superhuman, because then it's like, after that, anything that gets thrown out of you and you're in your full recovery, by what I see, by my evidence, you I always thought of myself of like one of the strongest human beings that I know. I still believe that. I still believe that. I really don't know many people that are stronger than me. You understand? And it's not to sound self-centered or anything. It's just, I've been through a lot. I've always stayed humble. I've always stayed, loving and pathetic. I'm an empath. Imagine who I was before. I was always in the gym, 3 to 4 hours a day, a job, a mom of two, a daughter to seniors who I care for, like so many different jobs that I've done. I've had 3 jobs at once and still had the energy to come home and do what I do as a mom. That's strength. Imagine me recovered. Woo! That's what makes me be like, I know I'm gonna recover. I know I'm gonna recover. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care the fear mongering. I don't care about none of that. I don't care about the new symptoms. Even if it takes me down for a while, I do not care. We do get down. We do get down sometimes when we get new symptoms, because it's up and down. It's up and down. Until you recover, it's up and down until you don't care no more, and all of a sudden it's just gone. This is what we have to realize. It's like, people think that this is like I've lost a lot of money trying to recover. The vitamins, the medications, like the programs, there's been $5,000 programs. Right now I was looking at one because I'm like, what is it that I need to recover? And I was gonna join a program. I'm not gonna say names, not for this, but I was gonna join a program, and if you're not willing to invest at least $5,000 and over, you can't even get a call with these people. And I'm like, there's people that are not trying to do that, and people that are willing to help. Like, if you're doing one-on-one coaching, I understand, because I had a situation where someone was overly commenting on one of the videos, and it sounded like I don't want to even disclose it. It didn't sound right, and it was my first person that I went through that with. And I'm like, it kind of stopped me from posting that week too, because I've never been in that situation on YouTube. And so I was like, wow, what do I do? Is this my responsibility now? Mind you, a lot of us that go through this, we make everything our responsibility. For the first time, I'm like, you know what? I care. Clearly I care. That's why I'm making these videos. But that's not, I'm not a doctor. You understand? I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a therapist. I'm a human being. And to tell you my experience is one thing, but to tell you individually and try to help you when I already saw you're at a point where you don't want to help yourself much. This is not something that I can tell you what to do, and in one 24-hour day, if you don't see a difference, that's it, it's over. That's not how this works. We all know that's not how this works. We all been going through this for 6 months minimum and over. Don't lose your money on things. Like, the reason you're having gut issues, the reason you're having visualization issues is because you're stuck in fight or flight. When you're stuck in fight or flight, the only thing the brain is trying to do correctly is keep you alive. Just keep you alive. Trying to do the gut thing, the digestion thing, and everything else, it's gonna be weird. One of my craziest symptoms are, if you see my arm, you see my veins. There's times where my veins would get so prominent, you can see it everywhere, like through my hands, from palm to tip. You see, it looks like a regular hand right now, but it would be like so deep blue green that you can see it coming up. You can see it in my chest. You can see a little bit right now, but when it's really dominant, it's like I look like a vine tree. Who wouldn't be freaked out by that? For months. There's still times now that I'd be like, oh my God, why? But it happens because your nervous system is overworking. You understand? It's overworking. Being stuck in fight or flight for a long amount of time, it's hard. It's hard. That's why we need to find ways to relax. I love the yoga, not as a form of curing or a form of immediate relief, but yoga teaches you how to breathe. From the beginning, I noticed one thing about myself. I wasn't breathing properly. I would always breathe like through my chest. Like, that's not how you breathe. You breathe through your diaphragm. Like, you expand the bottom of your belly. Breathe in, expand it, and then when you breathe out, you're supposed to let it out. So your belly is doing this. Breathe in, breathe out. I was breathing backward. I didn't know how to breathe. You do certain things to better your health. And along the line of bettering your health, yeah, that's going to bring some recovery too. Fear level down, getting better health. For someone like me that was always in the gym and doing so much stuff, I was just taking on too much and not even breathing properly for that amount of time. That was years. That was 10 plus years. I didn't know. I would have like little breathing classes because I was like in karate school or whatever, and we'll have like a breathing session. But I thought that's just part of the day that you do that. I did not think that you do that all the time. Right now, I breathe in and out through my nose all the time. And this is coming from someone who used to be a mouth breather. If you look it up and do your own research, you understand how important that is. But it's not going to cure you. It will calm your system, but it's not going to cure you. What cures you is facing your fears head on, and that fear muscle, make it a bravery muscle. Make it a courage muscle. Make it a I'm good muscle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to find a better way to say it. But you're basically just, you're getting yourself stronger on the fear level. Like, you taking the fear away. We have nothing to fear. We're just some dope ass people who got chosen for this, and you know what? We're gonna get through it, and once we're out of it, like, it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to make videos when I'm fully recovered. Cause I could come back to these videos and see everything, and it's gonna be great. And I hope that for all of you too. I want to see everybody recovered because the stories are amazing. The stories are amazing. I can't wait to see what we can do when we're fully recovered. We're gonna be better than before. That's what has me excited and ready. Like, give me all you got. I'm ready because I want to face it. There's people who trigger themselves to feel the fear to get better. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's try. If you're not at that moment yet, wherever you are, that's what I want you to do. If your fear is very high, try to get your fear level lower. Understand that you are okay. If you've gotten checked and you've done your due diligence and you have a clear bill of health, then you're good. Like, one thing is, even some diagnoses, I have fibromyalgia. It's not even that I have it. They told me that's what I have. Like the zaps and the stuff and whatever. In the beginning, they told me that was gonna happen. Maybe that's why I'm not scared of it. But there's no cure for fibromyalgia, supposedly. I know people who've had fibromyalgia and get these symptoms, and then the fibromyalgia is gone. As I'm talking to you right now, I'm dizzy. I feel like this. Who cares? The woo-woo is making the video with me. Who cares? That's nothing. Remember I told in the beginning of the video, well, in the middle, I was like, give me more. It's giving me more. Am I scared? Nope. We have to get to a level where we are certain that this is nothing and we're going to get better. Back to the fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is something that they diagnose you with when you have a pain diagnosis, and there is no cure for it. For them, they don't know. For Western, they don't have a cure for it. I really do think fibromyalgia is mental. It's like deep-seated trauma, all that stuff. As you get your health right mentally, you get better. Because I had fibromyalgia 24/7. It would feel like numbness in certain parts of my body. It would feel like more burn. I just started feeling zaps, but it'll feel like burn throughout my body. Once your fear level goes down, all that goes away. And I know, because I had like 3 to 4 months where I wasn't feeling none of it. None of it. So if I know that my body is capable of not feeling it, my body is capable of recovery. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is where we all have to get to. I'm gonna go edit this video and hopefully, this helps someone. This is just like a vent. I needed a vent to get back to you guys, because next time I'll probably do a video while I'm going through the fear if it happens. It really did almost stop me, because I did not want to feel like a contradiction, but I'm not, because I'm showing you the truth. This is what we go through. This is what we deal with. It's gonna get better. I'm already there. I got on camera today because I feel so much better. Like, if that never happened, you understand? I hope you go outside. Do what you can for yourself today. And if you can, take a walk. Do something for yourself and something that makes you feel good.